Okay, here we are. Let me just wait for Facebook to give me the final shebang. Yes. Facebook. Hey Bryn, what's up? Cool. We're live. Yay! We're here for Step into the Power of Your Life. Step into the power of your life. This is day 1 of a free 5-day training on how to name, claim, and seriously take care of the beautiful power that is coursing through you. And it needs care. It needs care and love. It's not like you can just toss it here and there. It wants your attention. It needs your attention. Just think of it like a garden. This power, this creative expression that is coursing through you. It needs you. It needs you to be the person showing up to do it. So thank you for being here. I'm going to take you through 5 amazing days. If you don't know who I am, my name is Michelle Boulay, and I am a life coach, a healer, and a dancer. And in all of my work, thank you for those hearts, I'm committed to helping you uncover and give permission to the life with a capital LIFE that you're here to experience and contribute to the world, the people you love, this planet, and beyond. Oh my God, there's so many hearts. Thank you so much. I'm going to receive all those hearts and love. Thank you. So, we are connected in ways that we don't even realize sometimes. And the more you consistently know how to tend to the priorities about your unique life and your expression, the richer and more beautiful your life becomes. And it is a beautiful journey to learn how to take an honest look at who you are and what you want and the actions you're taking or not taking on a daily basis to support this expression of you. So I hope you stay with me for these next 5 days as I will be delivering the supportive goods to help you stay on track and move through the challenges that are 100%, capital 100, a part of that journey. Because it's when you learn how to not stop, but rather continue past those difficult times and those full Kleenex box cries. And I know because I have been there repeatedly, it still happens to me. When you learn how to move through those difficulties, that's when the transformation starts to happen. So here we are on day 1. Just so you know, I get on a roll when I'm teaching, and while I won't have time for Q&A in days 1 through 4, while we're meeting here for just 15 minutes, please type in your feedback and your questions into the comments below so I can see where stuff is landing for you or not, and where there might be things I need to repeat. So today we are looking at the topic clear up confusion and indecision. I've been a pro at this one. Confusion is my stopping strategy at times. Indecision, my family used to say, Michelle, you're so indecisive. And I really had to work on that. And I'm going to say more about why confusion shows up and how to learn how to move through indecision when you're facing that issue. So, the first most important thing to remember is that life is always asking you to move forward and to grow. Always asking you to move forward and grow. I mean, look at your hair. Well, not everybody, but maybe like it will keep growing. You will keep growing. Your nails keep growing. Your nose keeps growing. Nature is a great way to look at this growth pattern. Even if it's just a plant in your house, or if you are blessed to, right now I see lots of trees and flowers. There's flowers blooming all over the place here in Montana right now. And it's such a reminder that this energy that I'm talking about, this power that's in you, it wants to continually express. And nature does that. It doesn't go halfway. It just grows and grows and grows. No apologies. Getting little sprouts in the comments here. It doesn't apologize. It doesn't try to like get small to accommodate everybody else. If there's 2 trees growing next to each other, they're just like boom, and they either sometimes they intertwine, sometimes they hit each other and they go in this direction. I always loved seeing on the streets where I grew up, or like, just if we went driving, that you could see where they cut the trees. They maybe like cut it like this in a U or clipped off a whole side of it because of the power lines. But it just keeps growing. No halfway, fully, fully, fully. No apologizing. It expresses itself fully. It's contributing, even as it's dying, it's contributing. And it's our same job to do that, to express fully. And I think when a person is courageous enough to listen to that, and this is not a judgment, it's just an invitation. When you're listening to that calling or that invitation within yourself, you'll start to know, am I really in my fullest expression? Or am I halfway here, or 33%, or maybe 65%? When you know that the dream that you are here to live and love and create isn't fully happening, you can ask yourself that. Am I fully expressing? Because you are in control of that expression, no one else. No one else. And that's something we need to learn as we mature into our adulthood. Not only that, but as we mature into becoming the person who can hold or name, claim, and create the desires that you want here, the life that you want, the career that you want, the relationships that you want. This is part of your unique expression. And an important thing to know is that it shows up through your desires. And if you've heard me teach before, just hear this again, because this one is so important. I have to remind myself of it daily. What do you desire? What do you want? This can be like, I want to live here. I want to go talk to that person. I want to go to that event, like this one. I want to pick up my guitar and sing a jingle. I want to be a leader. I want to create art. I want to design things. I want to go to the moon, whatever it is. And it's so important to, first of all, develop your capacity, your willingness, your courage to listen to those desires, because they will lead you to your fullest expression and potential. What do you desire? What do you want? We all have a survival instinct. So we want to connect and belong. We need this heart connection. I'm going to explain why confusion comes up. We need this heart connection. It goes beyond our intellect. It's a deep desire to be seen, even. And it's not only for our spirits to survive, it's to thrive. So we have these desires, but then we also have our amazing subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is what helps you survive. All the rules, programs, belief systems, and conditioning that you learned before you were 7 years old. And this happens through pattern recognition. Before we're 7, we're given all the rules for survival, for connection. And I'm talking about that heart connection, that desire to be seen. It can be things, some of the rules are like, don't cross the street when a car's coming. Great rule. This is how you hold your fork. Great rule if you eat with a fork or chopsticks or whatever it is. But then there are other rules that we learn because we're part of a culture, we're part of a society, a family, that may not support our highest and fullest expression. And what this can look like is you have a desire to have more in your life. Let's say, for example, it's more money, but you're still not making the money you want. Your subconscious mind is like, great, we're safe. Because maybe you grew up in an environment where money was hidden, or there was a lot of shame or judgment around money. So I work with this a lot with people. They want something more, and then they're just like, I don't know how to get past it. And we have to get past that paradigm that says, for instance, in this example, that it's not okay to have more money, that that's something a person should judge or stay away from. But the thing is that's often it's a paradigm. It may not be your truth. So that's what I'm talking about here. To be able to build the courage, the container, to find the support, to get the support to help you move into those other desires. Another one could be You still can't stand up for yourself and you keep yourself small in relationships or your career. Great. This is a rule maybe that your subconscious mind picked up and learned when you were 4 years old. So I didn't say this, but your subconscious mind, it can't reject anything before you're 7. And this is when all that patterning comes in. So you learned, let's say in this scenario, for example, when you were 4, to not express what you needed or wanted because maybe mom and dad were tired and stressed out, and you're like coming along with this desire, and mom and dad can't handle it. Maybe you even get yelled at. Maybe you get ignored. Maybe you learn that, okay, if I keep quiet, mom doesn't get stressed out. Translation into adulthood is if I keep quiet in my expression, in my creative desires, in my relationship, I'm safe. But then you realize you're an adult playing by your 4-year-old rules, and it actually doesn't work. That's the gift of conflict. Something shows up, and you're like, "Hey, this isn't working. What do I need to understand here?" So so let's go through this process. You have a desire for more. You start to learn and study more, or how to make more money, have a better relationship, take risks in your career, and then you're like, here I go. Let me do this. And this is where confusion can come in. So what happens is confusion is a stopping strategy of the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is trying to keep you alive. It's doing the best it can, as I said, to say, don't change a thing. You're alive. Even though you don't like your career, your bank account, your relationship, don't change anything. And it does this through pattern recognition. So you're like, hey, here's a new thing to try. Maybe it's asking for more money. Maybe it's talking to a person, or sharing your work in a different way. And this new information is coming in. The new you is showing up, and your subconscious mind is like, whoa, hold on, no way, stop. Confusion, brain scramble, tofu, eggs, whatever it is, scramble, scramble, scramble. Because your subconscious mind is like, I don't recognize this. What's happening? And I can tell you, this happened to me recently. I was talking to a tech guy about some stuff for my website, and it was just like all this information. And I was like, I can't go any further. What are you talking about? It's just like, and then the emotions started to hit, and all these things started. I mean, not a huge deal, but it was like I was stepping into a new level of growth, and my confusion and my overwhelm hit in. What's happening is your subconscious mind is saying, I don't recognize this. This is not a part of the survival strategy we set up. And rather than being able to think your way through this and maybe release all the emotions and fear that are coming up, you might just see scramble. You might see overwhelm. There are other stopping strategies. I use confusion in the title of this one, but it can be things like retreat, shame, guilt, overwhelm, as I said. People can get really tired, they can get defensive, they can attack. And unfortunately, what happens is instead of learning how to move through this stopping strategy, a person will quit. And that's the unfortunate moment. It's, and as the saying goes, a person doesn't fail. They agree with a reason to quit. You don't fail, you agree with a reason to quit. So I go through this deeply when I'm working with a person individually to see what are the things that are coming up that are asking them to quit. How can you start to see these experiences in a new light? So these words that I said, the confusion, the overwhelm, the retreat, maybe the defensiveness. If you see that this is probably your subconscious mind being threatened, it's not you, it's a program, you can step back. You can step back, take some perspective, get those emotions to move, take a breath, and then see what's really going on here. So we have about 1 minute left. Ooh, these are short, but we're going to tie it all together, and I'll recap things on Friday for you too. And as the week goes on, I'll be repeating some of this stuff because it can take some time. You may want to listen to this again. So these stopping strategies come up, and then indecision can come up, right? What do I do now? What do I do now? What do I do now? Again, it's about learning how to see these stopping strategies for what they are and go back to that question, what do I want? And then it's just about making a decision, taking one step, the next best step you can see that is helping you move towards that thing that you want. It's not just deciding out of nowhere, it's a decision that's in a relationship to a goal. And the one thing I want to share here today is that the decision, think of a recent decision you made or one that you have to make, and or not have to make that you might have to make a decision. It comes up, you're being asked to make a decision about something, and you feel an urge, an impulse, a desire. Maybe it's you get this thing, this clarity in yourself, and then did you go with it, or did a whole litany of information and excuses come in and tell you why you can't have this thing? That is a program most of the time, probably like 95% of the time. And it can be so automatic. You think you're reasoning, you think you're being logical, you don't even recognize it as a program. That's your subconscious sneaky mind telling you to not move forward with the decision. So this, again, is something that you need to learn how to recognize and be able to move through it. Learn to see what your desires are asking you to do, who they are asking you to become, to move through the confusion, and to be able to take the decision, to make it that decision that's going to move your life forward. Because the only thing that moves your life forward is a decision. And in that process, you go through the mistakes, you step through the fear, you take the next action. You are claiming who you are at your deepest level. No confusion, no shame, no guilt. You decide and you continue. You get the feedback and then you go forward. Whew. Okay. So you can look at that today, and I'm gonna bring in a law, universal law, to help you further with this. But for today, just look at that. When confusion shows up, know that it is very likely a stopping strategy. How can you start to step back, look at the thing for what it is, and then make that decision? The indecision usually comes up because we have a value conflict. And again, I'll talk about this more through the week. You want to be bigger in what you're doing or contribute more or be seen, but then your value says stay small. And learning how to overcome those is completely necessary to step into the power of your life. So that's it for today. I went over. I'm not always the best at staying on time, but I wanted to do an intro today. Join me tomorrow at the same time. Please share this with a friend. If it was helpful for you, you can tag them in the comments. Let me know if there are questions or things that you didn't understand. And we have these 5 days together to keep building this. You'll get the next topic tomorrow. And by the end of this, building this momentum, I hope you should have much more clarity, much more empowerment to step into the thing that you deeply desire, the thing that you are here, the life that you are here to experience. Capital L-I-F-E. All right, everybody, have an awesome rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow.